August 8th, 2025, Los Angeles. What was supposed to be a celebratory moment quickly spiraled into a firestorm of controversy when MTV released the official list of nominees for the 2025 Video Music Awards. Fans around the world expected to see BTS represented as a group, or at least several of its members acknowledged. Instead, only one name appeared under the highly competitive Best K-pop category: Park Jimin. The nomination of Jimin, BTS's lead vocalist and solo artist, should have been a triumphant moment for ARMY. After all, his 2023 solo album Face broke records, and his collaborations with artists like Taeyang and Jungkook set new standards for K-pop performance and vocal artistry. But instead of celebration, the news triggered waves of anger, confusion, and accusations online. Why just Jimin? Where are the others? This doesn't feel right, one international ARMY wrote on X, formerly Twitter, echoing the sentiment of thousands. Within hours, hashtags like VMA cheating, Jimin only nominee, and MTV explained this trended globally. In South Korea, a segment of the fandom began speculating that voting results had been manipulated in favor of Jimin. Some fans claimed that voting bots, IP masking, or even insider favoritism might be behind his sole nomination. Others took it a step further, suggesting that Jimin's fans deliberately sabotaged votes other BTS members, such as Jungkook or V, in order to guarantee Jimin's solo win. It's not about Jimin being undeserving. It's about the process being unfair. ARMY is supposed to be united. This just feels dirty. Several local K-pop media outlets picked up on the story, amplifying the tension. One article headline read, "Did Jimin win dirty? Inside the accusations of voting fraud at MTV VMA 2025. Online forums such as Nate Pan and BC Inside lit up with debate. Screenshots of alleged bot accounts voting repeatedly for Jimin were circulated, although none have been verified. Meanwhile, ARMY fan bases tried to clarify that the MTV VMA voting process is not entirely fan-driven, especially in categories like Best K-pop. The final decision, they explained, is a combination of public votes, MTV panel curation, and performance metrics. Still, the damage was done. Jimin himself has not responded publicly to the controversy. His last Instagram post, a photo of BTS members enjoying a night out in Los Angeles, stands in contrast to the chaos unfolding online. Supporters of Jimin rushed to defend him, launching hashtags like "We stand with Jimin" and "Jimin deserves everything." Jimin worked hard for this. He didn't ask for favoritism. Don't turn your hate into false accusations, one fan posted on Weverse. Some fans even posted screenshots of voting history to prove they voted for all members equally, challenging the narrative that Jimin's fandom had acted maliciously. Perhaps the most painful consequence of the controversy is what it's doing to BTS's own fan base. ARMY, once known as one of the most united and loyal fandoms in the world, now finds itself fractured by accusations, jealousy, and mistrust. This is what happens when the group isn't together, one longtime fan wrote on. Hybe should have seen this coming. Solo promotions, solo nominations, it's dividing us. At the time of writing, MTV has not issued any clarification regarding the selection criteria for the 2025 Best K-pop nominees. Meanwhile, rumors swirl that BTS is preparing for a full group comeback in 2026, with all members, including those currently in the military, expected to reunite in the studio. Some fans are hopeful that the reunion will heal the current wounds. Others worry that the damage may already be irreversible. If Jimin wins the award, it will be a historical moment. But will it be a moment celebrated or resented? This controversy raises uncomfortable questions, not just about voting systems, but about the future of K-pop fandoms in an era of solo stardom, algorithm-driven engagement, and media manipulation. Is it possible for fans to truly support all members equally in a system designed to pit them against one another? And how do we protect artists like Jimin, who give their heart to the stage, from being blamed for the choices of fans or award shows? As the VMA ceremony approaches, one thing is clear. This is no longer just about a trophy. It's about trust, fairness, and the fragile bond that ties a global fandom together. As tensions mount, fans have begun to direct their frustration not only at MTV and the voting system, but at HYBE, the powerhouse label behind BTS. For weeks, HYBE has remained noticeably silent, despite the escalating fan wars and allegations swirling around Jimin's nomination. This silence has not gone unnoticed. HYBE's strategy lately seems to be, "Let them fight while we watch," said one fan on a popular Korean forum. But this isn't a game. These are real emotions. Real people are hurting. Some fans believe that HYBE's lack of transparency regarding award campaigns, voting strategies, and even internal artist promotions has created a vacuum of trust. And in that vacuum, fans begin turning against one another. Others argue that HYBE may be purposefully allowing solo success to flourish while group activities are on hold during military enlistment, in order to keep BTS relevant on a rotating basis. But critics are quick to point out the cost of that strategy: public division, toxic competition, and irreparable damage to the group's unified image. It's not about Jimin. It's about how they're handling everything behind the scenes, said a fan translator who tracks HYBE's communications. This could have been avoided. Amid the noise, one question looms large. How is Jimin coping with all of this? Though he's known for his calm demeanor and soft-spoken nature, Jimin has always been emotionally attuned to fans. In past live streams, he has expressed anxiety over public pressure, especially when promoting alone. During the Face era in 2023, he tearfully admitted how difficult it was to represent himself without his members beside him. Now, with accusations swirling and his name at the center of controversy, fans are deeply concerned. "I don't think he wanted this kind of attention," one ARMY from Japan shared. "He's probably blaming himself when he did nothing wrong." Mental health remains a critical issue in K-pop, and the industry's history of pushing idols to the brink has left fans constantly on alert. The fear that Jimin may internalize the backlash is genuine, immediate, and deeply emotional for ARMY. This isn't the first time solo activities have shaken the BTS fandom. When Jungkook's solo track 7 broke global records, there were murmurs of favoritism. When V's luxury campaigns dominated headlines, fans questioned whether others were being sidelined. When RM released his introspective album Indigo, fans noted the lack of promotion compared to others. Now, with Jimin's VMA nomination, the pattern feels eerily familiar, but more explosive than ever before. Why? Because this time, the stakes are higher. BTS is in a transition phase. Some members are in the military, others are working behind the scenes, and the group's future as a whole is still clouded in mystery. Each solo milestone feels like a proxy war, not just a win. Fans aren't just celebrating, they're keeping score. "The love is still there," one longtime ARMY wrote in an emotional Weavers post, "but the unity is fading, and that's terrifying." If there's one group known for overcoming adversity, it's BTS. They've battled Western gatekeeping, survived cultural stigma, and built a global movement from the ground up. But this current storm, this fracture within their own fan base, feels different. It's not caused by outside forces. It's within. And perhaps that's what hurts the most. Still, many fans remain hopeful. They believe that once the members reunite in 2026, all of this will fade. The accusations, the jealousy, the bitterness, BTS will return stronger than ever. Together. "We just need to hold on a little longer," one fan from Brazil wrote. "This is just noise. BTS is forever." But for now, the questions remain. Will Jimin attend the VMAs amid the controversy? Will HYBE issue a statement or continue its silence? Can ARMY heal from this division before BTS's return? And perhaps the hardest question of all,